Hey you guys, it's Anne-Marie. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Friday Eve. I hope everybody's having a great day. I just got done getting a mammogram. Yay! And it's cooling off. I'm under the trees, so I thought we'd pull some cards and get some messages of clarity for those of you who like it. Let's start with the bird. The birds. Let's start with the birds. Goose, loyalty, reliability. Stay true to yourself. You will find outer peace by finding peace within. What kind of peace do you need to find within? If you're not feeling at peace in your life and in your situations in life, or your job, or your community, or in your family, look inward. Instead of saying, if Betty Joe would just act right, things would be okay in this situation. Well, once you find inner peace, you will notice, just like with everything else, how your outer world changes. Just like today, when I was at work, I was asking one of my coworkers to print out some documents from my lawyer, right? And I need some stuff to print out and sign and for her to notarize. And the printer kept messing up, and she was like, oh, I'm making dumbass mistakes. I go, no, you're making creative. Oh, my left ear's ringing. And I reworded it for her. She's like, oh, I appreciate it. I like people hold me accountable, kind of show me my red flags. And of course, here I am, Pollyanna. And I was like, are they red flags or are they orange flags? Let's be mindful of how we identify things. Oftentimes, when people hear the word red flags, the feelings and emotions associated with things like that. Not to say that things aren't red flags, but I look at also those orange flags as well, like things just to kind of be mindful of, like the way we speak to ourselves. So anyway. Swallow, spiritual guidance. Happiness is intimate. Happiness intimate. When you find that inner peace, as I was saying, you will notice how things around you will start to become more peaceful. When you find true happiness within yourself and not seek happiness outside of you, cars, objects, material things, even people, connections, I'll be happy when, I've said this before, get in that mindset, you will find a different type of inner peace and a different type of happiness. And so the swallow birds want you to know, what else can we know about this, spirit? I like this oracle. What else can we know about this inner peace and happiness, finding inner peace? And then we project that out. And so we become peaceful people inside our heart and soul. Well, I like when the peacock shows up. Peacocks. Perfection. Recognize and live your beauty. What areas of your life are you, and this is maybe an orange flag, of being a perfectionist. Do you always have to have things the right way? And this could be you or somebody in your energy. Take what resonates. And the peacock, when the peacock, opens their feathers, they show how beautiful they are. They know how beautiful they are. And so Spirit is wanting you to live in this beauty and to look at the areas in your life that you are hindering your own happiness and hindering your own joy by ways of being a perfectionist. Something has to be a certain way. And I've talked many times about being in boxes, putting ourselves in boxes, and then we get frustrated when we can't live within inside that box. And a box that I used to live in, one of the many, was perfectionism. And kind of like OCD type of behaviors. Sorry, there's something really cool that just flew. And so Spirit is saying that look at the ways that you try to have, there's different in doing something well, and this is something like someone who truly resonates with being a perfectionist. What benefits are you getting out of from hyper-focusing on this, whatever it is, whatever that you're a perfectionist about? It could be your work, relationships, or whatever, or you do something, maybe you're a creator, and you do your videos over and over and over again. That takes away your joy and happiness. It takes away the joy that something gives you by trying to perfect it all the time. Oftentimes when there's happy little mistakes, I don't even like the word mistakes, however, for the sake of this video, oftentimes when we make those mistakes and we're not trying to perfect things is when we can learn other lessons. And so we're kind of doing ourselves a disservice, right? When we try to perfect things, because by allowing ourselves Just show up authentically as ourselves, to make mistakes, to say, oh, well, maybe next time that'll work out better for me. Or maybe I'll try this angle next time. Or maybe when I do this project, I can, whatever next time. You learn through those mistakes. And we kind of shortchange ourselves when we are in this perfectionist state of mind where everything just has to be perfect. And also, like I was saying, we take the joy out of things. And I could, when I started to do TikToks, I never thought I would ever be on camera. I used to be very self-conscious, the way I looked, the way I talked, because people would make fun of me all the time. And I lived in this. Like, I would just do video after video. The readings would be great, but I didn't like the way I spoke, or when I misspoke, I was like, oh, I got to edit that out. And all these things were going on. And it took the joy out of it. And Spirit had to really slap me around a couple times and be like, what is your intent on doing the messages? What is your purpose for doing the messages? You're not finding happiness and joy in it, not because you're not good or not because you don't have these abilities. It's because you're trying to perfect the message. And the message is what the message is. And the way it comes out and the way I present it to you and the way you speak is the way it's supposed to be. And through those mistakes, I learned slowly, like I do, one take. Very rarely do I edit. Every now and then, if I'm saying too much, I may edit that out. But other than that, now I find joy in it. I've been finding joy in it for a long time. I love giving messages because my intent is always to help others to get clarity in their life, to maybe think of things a different way, to see things a different way, to maybe try new ways of thinking or doing or being or whatever. So it's for their highest and greatest good, always to help and never to harm. And so that's what the peacock is showing. Like, you have these beautiful feathers that everybody wants to see. But take what resonates. It's like, so when your feathers, they don't all have to be lined up and perfectly in symmetrical order. So when they shine, like, oh, this is perfection. It's then the focus becomes on making all your feathers line up, so it presents itself well. And then, as I said, the joy and the happiness slowly get taken away from that. Yeah. Do we want to do one more? Okay. I want to do a few readings with a few decks, so. Or do we want to do it? Okay. We want to know what the ancestors have to say about this. What do the ancestors have to say about it? I'm glad my cards dried up a little bit. They're still there. My favorite deck. My ancestor deck. I say that about all my decks. All right. Ancestors of the highest, greatest good. Can you please give us a message, please? Altar of Earth, limitless possibility, number 37. It would be 10, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. Which is a divine number. I believe it's the number of change and growth and rebirth. Don't mark my word. That's just coming to my head. But that's where your limitless prosperity is. When you stop trying to perfect things, when you try to make everything look so glittery on the outside, focus on your inside, like the original card at the bottom of the deck is focus internally what you're feeling. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? And the prosperity, and again, prosperity comes in many ways. So the prosperity bolt will come. I hope that you are healthy and happy and full of joy, you guys. May you love and be loved. Teal, don't harm. Have a great day.